Hey, Warriors fans. Things are heating up in the Bay Area, and if you've been keeping an eye on the latest moves, you know this team is quietly making waves behind the scenes. The Golden State Warriors have always been a team that thrives on chemistry and calculated decision-making, and right now, the front office is in full-on strategy mode. There's a lot to unpack, especially with the buzz around Anthony Davis and the ongoing situation with Jonathan Kaminga. For a franchise that has been at the top of the Western Conference for years, timing is everything. And this moment feels like one of those pivotal turning points where the right decisions could change everything. Let's start with Jonathan Kaminga. The young forward has been at the center of trade discussions for months, and the story has only intensified as the trade deadline draws near. There's a sense that both sides, Kaminga's camp and the Warriors' leadership, understand the inevitability of a move, but the path hasn't been straightforward. Kaminga has seen limited minutes recently, partly due to injuries and partly because of the team's careful rotation strategy under Steve Kerr. However, it's clear that he's maintaining his value in the league, sitting out selectively to ensure he's seen as a prime asset by potential trade partners. The balance between staying healthy and remaining relevant is delicate, and Kaminga's decisions reflect a player who knows how quickly circumstances can shift in the NBA. From the Warriors' perspective, Kaminga's current role, or lack thereof, creates a challenging situation. On one hand, he's talented, capable of contributing both offensively and defensively, and still possesses a growth trajectory that makes him a valuable piece of the roster. On the other hand, holding on to a player who is likely to be traded soon ties up cap space and rotation flexibility, which the Warriors can hardly afford during this competitive stretch of the season. With the Western Conference tighter than ever, every win counts, and the team cannot afford to have roster spots underutilized. Sources close to the organization suggest that there's a significant chance, around 60%, that Kaminga is moved before the end of the current homestand. This kind of urgency reflects the organization's desire to maximize return while also keeping the team competitive for every remaining game before the trade deadline arrives. Turning to the bigger picture, Anthony Davis has emerged as a highly coveted target for the Warriors, representing a potential transformative addition to the team. Discussions around Davis have been ongoing, and while the odds of a trade seem complex, the door hasn't been closed. Reports indicate that acquiring Davis could require involvement from multiple teams, particularly if the Warriors aim to avoid trading core players like Draymond Green or Jimmy Butler. This is where Golden State's front office is playing chess at its highest level, exploring creative pathways to strengthen the roster without sacrificing long-standing pillars of the team. The idea of pairing Davis with Curry and Butler is tantalizing, offering a mix of scoring, defensive versatility, and championship experience that could make the Warriors formidable against any opponent in the West. Anthony Davis's skill set complements the Warriors in ways that could redefine the team's dynamics. Offensively, he averages over 20 points per game, while also contributing double-digit rebounds and multiple assists. His ability to protect the rim, contest shots, and control the paint gives the Warriors a defensive anchor that has sometimes been missing in recent seasons. Pairing Davis with Draymond Green in the front court creates a combination of size, athleticism, and basketball IQ that few teams can match. While there are questions about spacing and long-range shooting, Davis has shown enough range and versatility to adapt to Golden State's system, making the theoretical combination extremely compelling for the playoffs. The timing of these potential moves is critical. With the trade deadline less than a month away, the Warriors must act decisively to avoid missing out on opportunities that could solidify their championship window. Adding Davis, even through a complicated multi-team deal, signals that the team is serious about contending immediately rather than waiting for the offseason. Meanwhile, managing Kaminga's situation remains a delicate balancing act, as his potential departure could open up cap space and rotation spots, while also impacting team chemistry. Front office sources suggest that every angle has been examined, from matching salaries to evaluating long-term implications, demonstrating that Golden State is meticulously planning for both the present and the future. It's also worth noting the broader competitive landscape in the Western Conference. Teams like the Suns and Timberwolves are formidable, while other playoff contenders have their own vulnerabilities. Golden State's pursuit of Davis is not just about adding a star. It's about positioning themselves strategically to exploit weaknesses and maximize every game in the lead-up to the postseason. Even small adjustments, whether in rotations or roster composition, could translate to crucial wins in an increasingly tight playoff race. The Warriors' ability to navigate these challenges, while also negotiating complex trade scenarios, speaks to the sophistication of their management and the urgency of this moment. At the same time, fans are watching closely, fully aware that any trade involving a player like Anthony Davis will have ripple effects across the league. From salary considerations to minutes distribution and team culture, integrating a star player mid-season requires precision. The Warriors' history of handling high-profile players, however, gives them a potential advantage, as they have experience managing egos, skill sets, and expectations while maintaining team cohesion. Pairing Davis with Curry and Butler could redefine the identity of this Warriors team, balancing superstar talent with depth and flexibility on the bench. The excitement around this scenario isn't just hypothetical. Statistical analysis highlights Davis's impact on both ends of the floor, with impressive metrics in player impact estimate, rebounding, and defensive contributions. While his availability and potential deal structure remain uncertain, the prospect of adding such a versatile player fuels optimism among fans and analysts alike. Even with a few games remaining before the deadline, Golden State has shown that they are not content to wait. They are actively exploring every angle, engaging multiple parties, and positioning themselves to make a bold move if the right circumstances align. Meanwhile, the ongoing situation with Jonathan Kaminga remains equally intriguing. His limited minutes have drawn attention, not just because of his potential, but because they reflect the larger strategic choices being made. Warriors leadership must weigh the benefits of immediate contributions versus long-term value, balancing the need for wins with the goal of acquiring the best possible assets in return. Kaminga's trajectory as a young talent, capable of filling multiple roles, makes him a highly desirable piece, and his trade could ultimately be a key factor in securing the roster flexibility needed to accommodate a player of Davis's caliber. Even as the clock ticks toward the trade deadline, the combination of strategic planning, player management, and competitive urgency creates a fascinating dynamic for Golden State fans. Every decision, from rotations to trade discussions, has implications not just for this season, but for the championship window in the coming years. The team is navigating these waters with care, leveraging talent, experience, and timing to maintain their edge in one of the most competitive conferences in NBA history. Fans are watching closely, knowing that the right move could elevate the Warriors to a level that few teams in the league can challenge, while any misstep could have consequences that extend well beyond this season. Right now, it's a moment of anticipation, strategy, and calculated risk-taking. The Warriors have positioned themselves as active players in a high-stakes market, exploring the potential of a transformational addition in Anthony Davis while managing the complexities surrounding Jonathan Kaminga. Every practice, every game, and every negotiation carries weight as the team seeks to optimize performance while preparing for the postseason push. The balance between immediate results and long-term planning defines the current narrative, offering fans a front-row seat to one of the most intricate and exciting chapters in Golden State Warriors history. As the trade deadline approaches, the atmosphere around the Golden State Warriors has shifted from speculation to tense anticipation. Fans are no longer just following game results. They're closely monitoring every rumor, every hint from insiders, and every subtle change in player usage. Jonathan Kaminga's situation has become a focal point because it highlights the intersection of strategy and patience in the Warriors' front office. While his limited minutes frustrate fans who want to see his talent on the floor, the decision to sit him reflects a calculated effort to protect both his health and his trade value. The organization is clearly aware that moving a young player of Kaminga's caliber can provide the flexibility needed to bring in a superstar like Anthony Davis, without compromising the team's immediate competitiveness. The complexity of adding Davis to the roster cannot be understated. Discussions have made it clear that such a move would likely involve multiple layers, potentially including additional teams to balance salaries and match assets. Golden State has made it known internally that trading core contributors like Draymond Green is not a preferred route, which makes the negotiation landscape even more delicate. Yet the potential payoff is significant. Pairing Davis with Steph Curry and Jimmy Butler could instantly elevate the Warriors to a championship-contending roster with unprecedented depth and versatility. The team's leadership is navigating this high-stakes chess match carefully, knowing that every move has long-term consequences, both on and off the court. One of the key challenges for Golden State is timing. With the Western Conference tightly packed, every game has consequences that reverberate into the playoff picture. Teams like the Suns, Timberwolves, and Nuggets are all competing for positioning, meaning the Warriors cannot afford to pause while waiting for trade to materialize. Each win or loss has the potential to affect seeding, and integrating a player like Davis mid-season would require adjustments not only in rotations but in chemistry. On the defensive end, Davis's presence could change the Warriors' approach entirely, offering rim protection, rebounding, and versatility that can take pressure off Draymond Green. Offensively, he provides another reliable scoring option, capable of spacing the floor and complementing the shooting prowess of Curry and Butler. The situation surrounding Jonathan Kaminga adds another layer of intrigue. While he is a talented young forward capable of contributing in multiple ways, his limited playing time is strategic. By sitting out select games, Kaminga preserves his value for potential trade partners and avoids injury risks that could compromise his future. At the same time, the Warriors maintain an eye on their own competitive goals, ensuring that any decisions made align with the team's push for wins. The tension between long-term strategy and immediate performance highlights the sophistication of Golden State's management and illustrates the complexity of building a championship-caliber roster in today's NBA. From a fan perspective, watching these developments unfold is both exciting and nerve-wracking. The possibility of Anthony Davis joining the Warriors has sparked debates across forums, social media, and casual conversations alike. Analysts point out the potential advantages of such a move, emphasizing the combination of size, skill, and versatility that Davis brings. His player impact estimate, rebounding numbers, and defensive statistics suggest that he could be a transformative addition. Yet there are also questions about fit, chemistry, and the challenges of integrating a superstar mid-season. The Warriors' history with high-profile players, however, suggests that they are prepared to navigate these challenges, leveraging experience, coaching, and team culture to maximize the opportunity. Meanwhile, every update regarding Kaminga fuels speculation about trade scenarios. Sources indicate that teams around the league are actively monitoring a situation, weighing the risk and reward of acquiring a young, versatile forward with upside potential. His availability could serve as a critical bargaining chip in any deal for Davis, adding complexity to the negotiations, but also increasing the likelihood of a mutually beneficial outcome. For the Warriors, this means every day is a calculated dance, balancing health, performance, and strategic positioning while remaining competitive in one of the toughest conferences in basketball. Before we continue, make sure to leave a like and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exclusive Dubs updates. Let's keep going. Explosion in the NBA rumor mill. Sources close to the league are whispering that the Golden State Warriors have emerged as the surprise winners in the battle for Trey MURPHY, igniting waves of speculation across the basketball world. The whispers suggest that the Warriors' front office moved aggressively behind the scenes, leveraging both cap flexibility and the allure of a championship-contending roster to outmaneuver rivals who had reportedly been circling the versatile forward. While nothing has been officially confirmed, insiders hint that Golden State's pitch to Murphy may have included promises of a key rotational role, opportunities for growth alongside Steph Curry and Klay Thompson, and a system tailored to maximize his perimeter shooting and defensive versatility. The intrigue stems not only from Murphy's skill set, but also from the strategic timing of Golden State's alleged maneuver. Teams like the New Orleans Pelicans, the Portland Trail Blazers, and even Eastern Conference contenders were said to be in the mix, making the Warriors' reported victory in this pursuit a potential masterstroke by Bob Myers and his management team. Observers note that Murphy's ability to stretch the floor and guard multiple positions could complement Golden State's existing core, providing the kind of depth and flexibility that has often defined championship rosters. League insiders are already speculating how this acquisition, if it materializes, could impact the Warriors' style of play. Some suggest that Murphy's presence could allow more off-ball movement and create spacing that opens driving lanes for Curry and Thompson, while others argue that his defensive potential might be even more valuable in high-stakes playoff matchups. Meanwhile, the buzz among fans on social media is deafening, with debates raging over whether Murphy's talents could finally give the Warriors an edge in areas where they've struggled in recent campaigns. Despite the excitement, all parties appear to be maintaining an air of discretion. No official statements have been released, leaving room for doubt and fueling the rumor mill further. Yet, the sheer volume of reports linking Murphy to Golden State has sparked widespread conversation about the team's roster strategy and future ambitions. If the Warriors have indeed secured a deal, it could represent a bold move aimed not just at immediate success, but at sustaining their competitive window in the coming seasons. Analysts are already weighing potential trade-offs, salary cap implications, and fit within the rotation, ensuring that this story will dominate headlines until confirmation or denial arrives. Whether this is a stroke of genius by Golden State or just another tantalizing rumor remains to be seen. But for now, the notion of Trey Murphy donning a Warriors jersey has captivated the basketball world like few speculative stories in recent memory. Stay updated exclusively with the latest Dub Nation news. Subscribe to our channel and hit the like button to keep getting daily updates on the Warriors. Don't forget to share your thoughts in the comments. Your input is essential for the Dubs community. Stay tuned for the next video.